Hello everyone, I am Sanjeev Bagaria, CEO of GDB International. I would like to thank the European Coating Show for giving me an opportunity to discuss about the evolution and the technological advancements in the paint recycling industry. Through my presentation, I would like to share with you the current state of the paint recycling industry, the progress made, and the challenges that we face today, and what lies in future of the recycling industry. My presentation will entail an overview of the paint and the coatings industry, environmental hazards and industry problems, solution and advancements in the paint recycling industry, challenges faced by the recycling industry, and at last, the step in the right direction, where is the future of the recycling industry. This slide shows here the current state of the European coatings market. In 2020, the total coatings market in Europe is about $30 billion. And in 2025, it will reach up to $35 billion. This is the revenue share of the paint consumed in Europe. And as we can see that we have 18.5% of revenue share is by Germany. And then we have all of these other European countries showing their respective revenue share. The paint industry is still facing a big environmental challenge. However, there are some good progress that has been made in the last 10 years. And some of the progress that we have made, I would like to list here today. The 90% of the architectural coating sales in the United States, and as well as in most of the Western countries, are environmentally preferable paint, which is water-based paint. Now, more than 95% of the wash solvents or the wastes that are generated from the solvents are now being reclaimed for future use. Low VOC paint standards have been set up and have been effectively implemented. And also the total quantity of the electricity, the heat, and the power, the total utilities that is consumed between 2007 to 2012 in that 5-year span has decreased by 18%. However, in spite of all of this progress that has been made, one huge problem that lies in our industry today is the environmental hazards. The hazards that are caused to our environment due to the leftover paint. Just in the Western countries, we are seeing that 10% of the total paint sold is truly turns out to be the leftover paint or the paint that is consumed by the DIY market, and whatever is left in the cans that sits in the garages and the basements of the consumers. What happens is that almost majority of the time, those paint that is being stored for future use never gets consumed and ultimately ends up in landfill. And this is a very big problem. And just to give you an example, that the paint that is being disposed truly causes a huge problem to the land, the water, and even the air that we breathe. 1 gallon of paint, and this is something that we need to really focus upon, is 1 gallon of paint that goes to landfill can affect the drinking water for almost 50 people. This can have serious health concerns for human, animal, and plant life globally. And not to mention that millions of plastic, metal, paint cans that are landfilled when these cans, the leftover paint that are being landfilled. So what are the solutions and advancement that we're talking in the paint recycling industry today? So one of the important, significant aspect out of the progress that has been done in the industry today that has come through paint stewardship program. And in America, especially, I would say some established structured paint stewardship programs have been implemented in the last 10 years. And before I discuss about the paint stewardship program, I would like to basically discuss what exactly is paint stewardship. Paint stewardship is a principle that brings all entities involved in the life cycle of paint by providing a shared responsibility for all the entities right from the, I would say, the manufacturing of the paint to the consumption. So all entities involved during the entire life cycle have to take a shared responsibility to reduce the environmental adverse impact of the product. And how do we really implement this product stewardship program? The most effective way of implementing the product stewardship program is by following an EPR model. And I would like to take a minute to explain about what is EPR. EPR, as the name is coined, it is extended producer responsibility. This extended producer responsibility is a policy mechanism which helps implement a zero waste future in a circular economy. But what I would like to say here is when we talk about the extended producer responsibility, it does not truly mean that producers are only responsible to ensure that a product in its life cycle does not cause environmental hazard. To have an effective EPR plan, all of the major entities involved in the life cycle have to take some shared responsibility. And by that, I mean that the manufacturers, they have to produce products which are environmental friendly. The packaging that is being used can be easily recycled. The retailers of the paint in the paint industry must embrace environmental friendly products. And the government should provide a level playing field whereby the producers or the manufacturers who are really taking the initiative to do the right thing are given the incentive and given I would say, are being awarded for really taking that extra step. And so if it is a product that is being manufactured in a country, and if that producer is taking the extra step, adding the cost and taking all the right measures, should definitely have some sort of an incentive compared to a product that is simply imported and has an advantage of price. So that is where the government plays an important role. And lastly, consumers. Consumers should be made aware then, and if they have been provided an ease to basically have a mechanism where they can return the paint. So if the consumers are given that awareness, I feel that overall consumers can play a very important role in effectively helping to manage the end of the life cycle of the product. So one of the important product stewardship program that has been implemented, and I would like to use an example of in America, is Paint Care. And Paint Care is a non-profit organization that basically represents almost all the paint manufacturers in the United States, and it operates by getting the state legislations and jurisdictions passed in states, by which in a particular state where there is a state legislation, the consumers are given the ease and or the access to return the leftover paint. And this program that was implemented about 10 years back, today in the US, we have in almost 11 states this paint stewardship program established, by which 2,000 centers in America alone have paint return center facilities. And for the results that we have seen so far, that almost 200 million liters of paint have been returned and have been recycled. That is, in gallon terms, we're talking about 15 million gallons. GDB International recycles a significant portion of all of these paint collected in 10 states that is already having the law, the 11th state being New York, which will be implemented next year. And how do we do it? Our company, GDB International, we focus in truly playing an important role right from the manufacturing of a product to the distribution, to the time the paint is being sold, at the end, the consumers who are left with the leftover paint. So in the entire life cycle of the paint, at every stage, we work with the paint in the industry. We work with the industry to make sure that we have solutions at the every step. And I would like to just take a minute to kind of explain this, that when a paint is manufactured and you're looking at a batch that is being made, which does not conform to the quality standard, our company would basically pick up those products, which are, we call it the off-spec batch or the non-conformance batch, and bring into our recycling centers in the United States, in which we have recycling centers almost in 7 states in the US. And we would make standard batches out of those, of the products that basically cannot be sold into large home centers or retail centers in the US. At the warehouse and the distribution level, products that basically are discontinued due to VOC issues, or sometimes products that are being basically for marketing reasons are not being sold in the market, all of those products comes to GDB, whereby those branded goods are being recycled and then sold under private labels of GDB. And at the retail segment, when we talk about the national retail centers, if there is any product recall, or if for any reason a product that cannot be sold in the market, our company would go to all of those retailers, pick up those products, and then bring into our facility for recycling. And here, one important point is we also handle mist-tinted products, which we call it the OOPS paint. As we know that thousands of shades of paint are being made at a counter of a retail paint store. And but for any reason, if a shade does not match or a consumer is not happy for a particular shade and returns the paint, all of those returns come to our facility, and these different shades of paint ultimately gets recycled. And lastly, the leftover paint, which I talked about in my previous slide, is under the product stewardship program, working with Paint Care in 11 states in America. All of this leftover paint pretty much gets collected, and then GDB picks up from these states and bring it to its own recycling centers, and where the paint gets recycled for reuse application. So GDB's paint recycling flowchart. Here, what we do is, I would like to explain basically how the paint gets recycled. So the first step is, when the product comes into our facility, it gets sorted in 2 major categories, basically latex and oil paint. After the sorting process is completed, we have a thorough inspection to make sure that every single can or every single bucket of the paint is checked to ensure that they are not dried or they are not gelled, or at least that product can be poured into big vats for recycling. At the pouring station, we basically ensure the products are poured by shades, and then there is a first step of filtration that goes on. After that filtration is completed, those vats are then being mixed into high-speed mixers. At the time of mixing these vats or these tanks, we add additives to improve or manage the pH level, to ensure that there is not any kind of chunks or grits or things like that. And once the product is mixed, it goes through the filtration process. And here the filtration is done under 300 micron to make sure that the finished goods that come out is absolutely close to a pretty much a prime or a virgin paint. And one of the important things that I would like to point out here is the quality control process. To ensure that the recycled paint, when it goes to the market, meets a good quality standard. Every single batch of the paint is tested, and 2 years retained samples are collected and retained, which are periodically checked. And we have to ensure that these quality testing processes are being managed by our technical team, which are working very closely with some of the industry experts, because one of the key challenges we have is the uncertainty. When we collect so many different batches of latex paint to ensure a standard quality performance, a lot goes on into quality control. And lastly, we talked about when the product is packaged, all the packaging that is being used are from the recycled materials. And currently we are using all plastics packaging, and they have been completely used by recycled products. And those plastic packaging are also, after the paint is being sold, those cans can be easily recycled. So our sustainable model for paint recycling is the development of wide range of products, and whereby what I mean is it's not only just about interior or exterior paint. We're talking about floor paint, we talk about texture paint. If there are some products that are gritty, we make heavy duty mastic coatings. And one of the key things that I would like to discuss today is that once this whole paint program, the recycle program, is successful only because of the availability of off-spec raw materials from the raw material industry. So because the recycled paint industry does not have to make standard big batches, and the fact that we have small batches that caters to contractors, or the fact that we make packaged colors rather than a base paint and that is to be tinted in stores, we have basically the flexibility to rework a lot of raw materials which are off-spec or discontinued. And hence, there is a big benefit that to the raw materials producers, because one, their brand name is protected, and secondly, it's a closed loop program whereby all the raw materials that are generated, which are off-spec, cannot be sold to prime customers, are now being used in the paint recycling industry for reuse application. So overall, to provide a gist of the entire paint recycling industry, we have paint recycling, the products that come from off-spec or distressed inventory from the manufacturers, plus the leftover paint that comes from the DIY market, which consumers retain in their homes, added with the off-spec raw materials that are available from the raw material industry. Together, we see the results can be a premium eco-friendly paint. So GDB circular model, how do we help to build a sustainable future? And here, the main shift is from waste management to resources recovery. We are trying to achieve reduction in consumption of virgin or natural raw materials. As we know, we are consuming 1.57 of Earth's resources, and reduction of virgin natural resources and implementing it with or adding or using the recycled products certainly helps in the right direction. And the more recycling would mean lesser quantities of production waste, cleaning waste, and packaging waste. So what is the current challenges that are faced by the recycling industry? So even though there has been so much advancement in this field, there is still a lack of acceptability, or I would call the skepticism about recycled paint. Consumers still feel that the recycled paint is of a lesser quality compared to virgin paint, that there can be health issues. These paint can be smelly, or it may not be very safe or environmental friendly to be used in the homes. And this is a misconception that today most of the consumers or the buyers have. Our consumers have to be educated about the benefit of recycled products. They have to be informed that a recycled paint is as good as in quality as virgin paint, plus the market price is almost half of the virgin paint. So overall, the stigmatic view of the recycled paint is that it is smelly, it is low coverage, it has a rough finish, it may be, it may have a low hiding, low performance. But the actuality or the fact is that a virgin paint or a recycled paint pretty much can conform to the same standard. The recycled paint have no odor, they have good coverage, it has a smooth finish, it follows the regulations of low VOC, and definitely has a high performance. To enable our consumers and to educate the market, one of the important steps in the right direction is formation of an international paint recycling association. In the USA, this association consists of all of the major paint recycling members who all have come together with a goal to basically ensure that there is a proper education to the consumers about the quality of the recycled paint. And we are setting up an industry-wide standard whereby recycled paint also conforms to a standard similar to ASTM standard, like an American standard testing methods for virgin paint. We have a testing standards for recycled paint, and also to develop R&D, technological advancements, to invest into various technical programs to enable effective paint recycling. In a nutshell, we discussed about the overall paint recycling industry, how the paint is being generated, how it is being recycled, the adverse impact of paint recycling to the environment. And this slide here can sum it up by what I want to say is that 1 gallon of recycled paint saves 100 kilowatt of energy, which can keeps out 115 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Paint recycling is the key to a greener paint industry. And in the end, just to give you a small, I would say, an overview about our company, GDB International, we were formed about 25 years back. We are one of the leading paint recycling company in the world. We produce premium recycled paint using off-spec raw materials. And we have more than 450 employees with a 1.9 million square feet of logistical footprint. We have operations in the US, in Europe, as well as in Australia. And in the last 25 years, we have successfully recycled more than 1.1 billion pounds of latex and oil paint. On an annual basis, more than 52 million liters of paint gets recycled. And in the last few years, our company has started to open retail stores to provide the ease and access to consumers who can get recycled paint. We are seeing a huge progress on online sales, whereby there is access to customers to get a good quality paint for affordable prices. Thank you very much. And if you all have any questions, I would be very happy to answer them. Thank you.